What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Today, we are going to be getting into the Texans Seahawks game that is happening later today. And not to worry, Texans fans, despite the slate of games on Sunday not falling for the Houston Texans' way, it is still young in the season, and there has been multiple instances in the past where NFL teams have either A, collapsed, B, fallen apart, C, all of the above, or D, win their games. And that's exactly what's happening with the Indianapolis Colts right now. Look, the excuse was that they haven't faced any good teams. And I got to give it to them. They went and they beat the Los Angeles Chargers, a 4-2 team, now 4-3. And the Colts moved on to 6-1 yesterday. And it was a shellacking. It was just an absolute beatdown from the Indianapolis Colts. A little bit of a statement to prove that they are a legitimate football team. And being 6-1 does just that. It also does nothing much for me either. I look at the past of these NFL teams, previous years, we've seen multiple collapses that have happened. We've seen a Broncos team that were once undefeated, 7-0 or 8-0, end up losing the rest of their games and not make the playoffs. We just saw the Jacksonville Jaguars 2 years ago in 2023 start their season 8-3 after they beat the Houston Texans on the road. And then they ended up stumbling and falling apart so much to where they missed the NFL playoffs in the same our Houston Texans team. Well, we ended up taking advantage of it. The Texans still have to play the Indianapolis Colts twice later in the season, and it's not an easy schedule at all for our Houston Texans. Even though it is Seattle Monday, you still have the San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos, and the aforementioned Jacksonville Jaguars, who, by the way, did you a favor by losing today. An absolute beatdown on the receiving end for the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the LA Rams. And when I last saw the score, it was 21-0, and I see the final score, and it was 35-7. But hey, Travis Hunter got him a touchdown, guys. Congratulations. Like, I really care. The Houston Texans, they dug themselves in this hole. They started the year 0-3, and now they have to get themselves out of the hole. And the biggest way to get out of this is to start taking care of business. The teams that I listed, even though formidable teams, even though solid football teams, they are all beatable football teams. And this Houston Texans roster itself seems to have gained some confidence by beating, yes, lower, lesser teams, but confidence building is always a good thing. And we were told as fans at least, that we needed to be patient with this offense. Well, damn it, I've been patient enough. I've seen them beat two sorry-ass teams and look good doing it, averaging 35 points a game in the last 2 weeks. Our Houston Texans have an opportunity to showcase to the NFL and the Houston Texans fan base that they are back. And how do you do that? It's by beating the Seattle Seahawks on Monday night. Look, it's not going to be easy. Mike McDonald in his defense. Sam Darnold has Jackson Smith and Jigba. But after that, the Texans got to take care of business. It is not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. And yeah, the schedule looks tough, but they're all beatable football teams. And this is the hole you dug yourself in. It is now time for you to dig yourself out of this hole. You are 2-3. You got to win this game to move on to 3-3, or the loss with the Jacksonville Jaguars doesn't ultimately matter, and the Colts continue to win. It wouldn't even matter considering the Texans have the same losses as the Jacksonville Jaguars. But if you beat the Colts twice, then they have 3 losses. You have 3 losses. But that also has to take into a fact that you have to be just as perfect every single week. And look, that is super difficult to be perfect every single week, or perfect enough to win football games. And as long as the Houston Texans continue to play the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks, and the improvements we've seen in the offensive line and in the offense in general, and CJ Stroud's confidence is going to be riding at an all-time high, the Houston Texans will have that said opportunity. Again, remember, they play the Colts 2 times later in the season, sprinkling the Chiefs and the Bills in there as well too. We're hopeful that this Houston Texans team, despite Sunday not falling in your favor, our Houston Texans could come out, make a statement on Monday Night Football, 9 p.m. I will be live streaming. I will be up. So make sure you tune into the Lead Houston or all Houston all the time. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this Texans Seahawks game. How you feeling about the Sunday games that did not go in the Texans' favor, and anything else you're feeling. Drop it down in the comment section. You know I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.